Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem Rakakodash. Much honors to you, brothers that's in the spirit. And basically, I just wanted to, got a couple things to say. Um, Going into the tares and the wheats, and we've broken that down. I've broken that down a few weeks back. And when you go into the tares of the wheat, um, the Lord is mainly talking about the good seeds and the bad seeds, being the ones that'll be teaching of this truth. And what's so important about those breakdowns is that you have to understand it has more to do with the false prophets and the ones that's actually righteous. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go there. We can read a little bit of that. The true understanding of this truth is that the Lord said 1 man out of 1,000. He said, I'm gonna be a little sanctuary, because what this truth is not dealing with the many and the multitude. You have to understand that, and you have to understand that it's actually a judgment for dealing with the multitude and the false prophets and the tares. If you're just like in the world, like with these churches, right? Just like in this truth, if you deal with the false prophets in this truth, and you can't discern who's really the real prophets, and you're taking the multitude and the large camps and the popular and shit like that, and you're following the multitude, then you're going to get the same judgment as you're following these false motherfuckers. So it's very important that parable of the tares and the wheat is more so talking about our people, man, and the wickedness, the evil soul, the wickedness together. Because if you could flood this truth with deceitful, demonic, wicked, unsincere men, then the majority of people that listen to them, they're going to be wicked, unsincere men too. They're going to be wicked. They're going to that same vibration that these fucking false prophets are putting out there, they're going to cause a lot of people to fall. So if these false prophets is in the spirit of blaspheming the Holy Spirit, taking away from the Spirit, trying to destroy the prophets, that's the vibration they're putting out there while they're teaching prophecies. You got guys teaching prophecies, and they're in a demonic, murderous mind frame. You got guys teaching these prophecies where they're in a demonic state, like Cain. You see, they're in a murderous mind state, but they're teaching these prophecies and shit. Oh, they can pull these scriptures and bring this out and get this after this. And that's all a goddamn act. So you have to be able to determine whose are the tares and whose are the wheat. When you go into that further, it really don't have nothing to do. When Yahweh Shai is explaining it, I mean, you can say that, the Edomites and Jake tied in together, amongst our people, and Edomites that look like Jake and Jake that look like Edomites and all that. Yeah, I mean, you could say that, but when Yahweh Shai was bringing that out, he was more so talking about our people, because the Lord said, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, these are the ones that kill the prophets. Our people kill the prophets, man, you see. And it's not even about the other nations, man. It's not about the other nations. That's what the wicked have done. They've came in, and what they've done, they made this truth something that's actually taking the attention off of our people. You see, now Esau, he's the devil, but what you got to understand is Esau's not going to be judged before, America's not going to be destroyed before the judgment on the false prophets, until they get their judgment. So you have all these false prophets out there. There's many of them. That's why That's why Yahweh Shai, he explained, he said, gather the bundles of tares up so they could be fucking burned. It's a lot. A righteous man right now is outnumbered 1,000 to 1, literally. And that's why you have many camps of these guys and guys that are famous and all that shit. They're not of the Lord, man. These guys are not of the Lord. And you see these 30-man camps, 10-man camps, these big-ass groups of guys together. That's not even of the Lord either. Because what has happened is the enemy has sowed wickedness amongst all these groups. And these famous groups and all these groups, they're sold by the enemy is up in these groups. Now, Ezekiel 11:16, therefore thus says the Lord power, I cast them all far from among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. So this is going to be a little sanctuary. The Lord is dealing with the remnant. He's not dealing with big ass numbers and big famous groups. And guys are getting unrighteous, they're stealing money, and they're getting money unrighteously. And so therefore, by them getting the money and the tithes right, God is not really who they're actually serving. They're serving money because they didn't have enough faith to let the Lord actually take care of them. They had to what? They had to steal. That's why the scriptures say the thief come to steal, kill, and destroy. But now, since they've done that, they don't have any faith, because once you get the money, you don't actually believe in God. So guys are teaching for no fucking reason. So now when you go into the tares of the wheat, you got to understand who the Lord was talking about. Matthew 23:33. I start at 31. Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourself that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Who are people? That's who he was cussing out in Matthew 23. The scribes and the wicked men of our people. It says, fill ye up the measure of your fathers, ye serpents, ye generations of vipers. How can you escape the damnation of hell? So your forefathers killed the prophets. So you guys got a certain measure where you have to fill. So keep being wicked. Keep being wicked. Keep sending your spies out. Keep teaching this word deceitfully. Keep doing all these nothing as lessons, because all the works you guys are doing is for nothing. See, in the heavens, the Lord is recording all the wicked ass shit you guys been doing, and all the deceitful shit you guys are doing. The Lord got that shit recorded. And just when you hit that fucking mark to where your cup is filled up, guess what? The Lord's going to bring a sudden destruction on your ass. Now, the tares, right? Verse Matthew 23:33. O you serpents and you generation of vipers, how can ye escape the damnation of hell? Right. And so the tares is talking about our people, mainly our people. Guys want to make the tares like they're about Esau. When the Lord was speaking this, he was speaking to our people. It didn't have nothing to do with the other nations. That's what corrupt men will do. They will make certain things sound like it should be about the other nations when it's really not. It's really not. Just like the children of light, and that's in what was that, Luke 16? That's going into Israel. That's going into Israel. That's not going into Esau like that. The children of this world. See, everything was about Israel. Esau's a fucking loser. So for you guys to keep going into these spittles and these losers, you guys are fucking losers too. All you guys, man. Your elders, they're all corrupted. They're all corrupted, teaching at these parks with no spirit. They just passing you info. And they've been got their consolation. They have their consolation, their fame, and their money. This is their world. So now they give you bullshit. They're not even in the spirit. So the penalty to listening to false prophets, you're going to get the same penalty that they're going to get, and that's going to be destruction. So the tares, as you go to Matthew 13, the Lord said that I will gather the tares up in bundles. So it's going to be a lot of them. That's why Solomon said, out of 1,000 men I only found one. Now going back to Matthew 23:34, wherefore behold, I send you prophets, wise men, scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify. So this is what our people are going to be doing to the prophets. And that's why guys make this thing about Esau, because the true evil is our people. That's who the Lord was rebuking. That is the wicked. Does nothing thrives in wickedness until our people put their hands on it. So our people right now, dealing with this truth and the world, our people in such a high wicked state that they will talk about babies getting tattoos, but they're worse than these guys. They're worse than the parents that gave that little baby tattoos. They're in a worse state than them. These guys are in a high demonic state. And you guys are fooled because they come so damn friendly. But look at these guys in their eyes, man. These guys don't have no peace. In their inner soul, they don't have no peace. There's no peace to the wicked. And that's why, guys, they hate us, because we're not sent here to give you guys peace. We're sent here to consume you guys through the spirit with these words until you drop fucking dead, until your day of your judgment. So all the way to the fucking day of your judgment, you're going to hear these words. And you're not going to be able to, like, sleep good, and, like, the money and all the deceit you're doing, you're not going to be able to, it's not going to sit well with you guys, man. And that's what we're set up to do. And we're set up to warn brothers and men and people that the false prophets, they outweigh the righteous, and the righteous are not going to be out there. They're going to try to drown out the righteous. They're going to try to kill the righteous. This is what the Lord is talking about in Matthew 23. He's not talking about Esau. He's not doing that. All you deceitful ass guys following these old demonic ass elders, which got their constellation already in their money. What they're waiting on is their judgment, bro. Because this is their world. All you guys that's famous, this is your world. Now, Matthew 23 and 34, this is what the Lord is telling you. He's telling you that the Lord will send down prophets, and our people would be the one to kill them. It says, wherefore, behold, I send you prophets and wise men, scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them ye shall scourge in your synagogues and prosecute them from city to city. You see that? So this is what the tares are going to be doing to the true prophets. You have to be able to discern. And the things we go into, guys are never going to them, you know. Now it says, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of Abel to the blood of Zacharias, from the son of Bacharias, whom you slew between the temple and the altar. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. So you have a generation full of wicked motherfuckers, man. They're very demonic. These guys will show you the tattoo baby. Yeah, which that's demonic. But these guys are worse than the parents that gave that baby that tattoo. The men in this truth that are teaching this word, that are deceitful, they're worse than that, because they're trying to kill the prophets. The men the Lord was cussing out, they were trying to kill the Lord, man. They were trying to kill the Lord. So they're worse than any fucking parent that gave their baby tattoos. You're worse than that. You guys are scumbags. It's just that you guys are good at being deceitful. You're very deceitful. And the thing is, you hate us because we see you guys clear as day. We see you guys, man. And the multitude and the people you're leading, man, you're going to get all of the guys destroyed. You're going to get all of those guys destroyed. Or what's this guy, Korah? And all these guys, man. You see, all you top heads, you camp heads. You guys, man, bro, your lot was set up to lead many people to destruction. See, guys, just like the moon, like the brother was bringing out, like I brought out yesterday too, like the Lord said, these guys are children of the night. Yeah, they will give you a little bit of light like the moon, but that real light as the sun, they can't bear that light. They hate it. And they trying to kill brothers that actually have that light of the sun. Now, this is Matthew 23 and 37. Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets and stone them. Right, Jerusalem, Jerusalem. There's no Esau right there. There's no Esau. There's no E right there, like you stupid ass guys like to say E. Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets and that stoneth them, which are sent unto thee. How often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not. So that is your tares right there. That's the breakdown of the tares. Now let's go to Matthew 13 real quick. Let's go to Matthew 13. And 36. Let's go into this. Because these guys deceitfully breaking this thing down like that. But the truth about the tares and the wheat is the Lord was using that parable to let you know that it's going to be a lot of tares. It's going to be a lot of false prophets. There should be many false prophets, like the Lord said in Matthew 24. It's going to be many. And what they're going to do, they're going to try to drown out the righteous prophets. And then you're going to have guys that can't really see who the real from the fake is, and they're going to take the side of the false prophets, and they're going to die with them, not even knowing that they're following false prophets. You see how deep it is? So that's why discernment, faith, and judgment is over prophecy. Now the scriptures say the gift of prophecy, that's a major gift, to go out on the street and prophesy and teach. That is major. But Yahweh Shai taught you discernment so you will not bump heads and lock horns with false prophets. So this thing is about discernment and having faith first. You see, you got guys teaching these prophecies without faith and true discernment. They can't see who's around them. They can't see who the enemies around them. They can't see who the wolves are around them, you see? And that's what Yahweh Shai taught. He taught us to be able to see the fucking wolves. Now, Matthew 13 and 36, then Yahweh Shai sent a multitude away and went into the house, and his disciples came in and declared unto us the parables of the tares of the field. And he said unto them, he that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world, the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. It says, the enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world. The reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burnt in the fire, so shall it be at the end of the world, when the Son of Man shall come forth, and they shall gather out of this kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity. So you got to understand that the tares are going to be gathered together and they're going to be burnt. Now let me go up to 30. Matthew 13 and 30. Now let both grow together to the harvest, like now. And in the time of the harvest will I say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. So it's going to be bundles. Let's look up that word bundles. That's why the Lord said the wide gate is the gate to destruction. And a lot of you guys, you're in that fucking wide gate. You're in that wide gate where everybody is, where you guys are leading each other to destruction. And it's heavy like that because the Lord have blinded you guys. So you think the way of this truth is supposed to be glorified and honored. No, the truth ain't about that. That's why a lot of you guys, you're going to die altogether. Now, let's see. That's that word bundles. See, the Lord is with the few. That's why when Elisha and his servant, when Elisha prayed to open his servant's eyes, and when he opened his servant's eyes, he told him, he said, hey, the servant was scared, but Elisha was like, hey man, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the Lord, the angel, open your eyes, and you're gonna see it's more than with us than with them. See, on the carnal, guys may say, well, we have all these, we have all the numbers and this, that, and the third, but within the spirit, it is more with the ones of the Lord than that's actually in the physical. So bundles just goes into a bundle, and bundles are a pile of things. So it's a lot of tares, it's a lot of bundles. So when the Lord goes into the tares and the wheat, he's talking about the evil seed, the false prophets, the wide gate, How do we know that? Well, let's go to Matthew 7 and 13. See, it's easy. It says, enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. So the wide gate and the broad gate, where everybody is, that's where the Lord is not. And many there be which go thereat. Right. So many are going to be in the broad path where the Lord is not. The Lord is not where everybody is. That is not where everybody is. It says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few, the word says few, there be which find it. So this thing is all about a few men. It's all about the few. That's why the Lord told you too. They're of the world. That's why they speak of the world. A lot of you guys, you're of the world, man. You see, 2 John 1 and 7. For many deceivers are entered into the world. So you have many deceivers. Matter of fact, what did the Lord tell you in Matthew 24? He said false prophets a couple times. Because if you follow these groups and these guys and these false prophets, you're going to get the same judgment. The Lord told you in Matthew 24, take heed, let no man deceive you. So many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and deceive many. That's the first time. He tells you again in verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. Right. So this is a thing where the many. I don't know why that happened. This is a thing where the Lord is going to what the Lord is going to do. Have you done that? He's going to destroy many, man. And what's so heavy about it, he's using many to actually to pull down many. He's using many to destroy many, and he's only using a few to really show you that gate where the Lord really is. If you can get what I'm saying. But that's what you got to understand about what's going on.
You guys.
That's exactly what's happening. So when the Lord was talking about the tares and the wheats, and he goes into the bundles, right? He is going into the wicked of our people, which are the wicked seed. You see? The Lord talks about many deceivers and false prophets. And they're going to be, the false prophets, they're going to be in the limelight. They're going to be putting themselves out there. That's why you're not supposed to get this word and be highly esteemed or have any type of position. Guys think you're supposed to have a position teaching this word. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the Lord was actually warning us, because the penalty of following false prophets, you're gonna be destroyed. So if you're kicked out of the synagogue, right, just like right now in this day right now, right, then the Lord is getting you away from the false prophets, because there are bundles of them. It's a lot of these guys. You see? 2 Peter 2:1, but there were false prophets among the people, even as there shall be false prophets among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves a swift destruction. So a lot of guys, these major groups where many are, that made themselves famous, they're going to bring a sudden destruction is going to happen with these guys. You see what I'm saying? Because they're in the flesh, man. They're in the flesh. They're not in the spirit. They're totally in the flesh, and they can't help themselves. They cannot help themselves. They're teaching in a way where it's smooth and nice because they're part of the world and they want to gather the world. The Spirit of the Lord doesn't give a fuck about being smooth or nice. You're going to get the Spirit. The Spirit is a spirit of judgment. These guys are not in that spirit of judgment because they're comfortable. They're comfortable. They teach in a comfortable way. They're able to fly out from state to state and fly all around and don't even fucking work. You know, they're able to do certain things because these guys are comfortable. And a lot of these guys, they're working with the enemy. So you have to understand it's a penalty for following false prophets, the same penalty that they're going to get. You're going to die. You cannot follow false prophets and expect yourself to be of the Lord, man. The Lord to have mercy on you. You cannot follow false prophets and expect the Lord to have mercy on you, man. I'm going to jump down to 12 because these guys are in a beastly mind state. They're beasts. And they fool you with all this smooth shit because they're not in that spirit of austerity because they traded that for the world. So to keep the world, they got to come smooth. Everything, their weak-ass music, how they talk and all that shit. Then they talk about, man, it's so deceptive, man. They talk about these guys in the world, but they're worse than these guys in the world. They are worse. They are the low. Like we're dealing with, the Lord said, a generation of vipers and snakes. We're dealing with snakes that can't come straight. They got to go side to side. 2 Peter 2:12, but these as natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed speak evil of the things they understand not. Right? They don't understand certain guys is actually of the Lord. Because when you're in the flesh, you just cater to the shit that don't make you feel right. You don't want to deal with it. But you don't understand certain brothers and men, they're actually of the Lord. And what you're doing is you're going to find yourself to get everybody destroyed that follow you and everybody, because you're teaching against the Spirit and the Heavenly Father. When you say you're teaching of the Lord, it said they speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, as they count it pleasure to ride in the daytime, spots that are blemishes, sporting themselves in their own deceivings while they feast with you. Right? So they're deceiving them own self. While they say they're teaching the word, they're deceiving themselves and everybody around them. So you got to get away from these guys. Verse 15, which have forsaken the right way and have gone astray, following the way of Balaam and the son of Bosor, who love the wages of unrighteousness. You see what I'm saying? So it's a penalty for dealing with false prophets, and the false prophets were going to be many. They were going to outweigh the righteous. That's why it's just 144,000, and you have 7-8 billion people on the planet. But that's why you don't want to follow the wide gate where everybody is and highly esteemed and getting double honors, and they're great in this world. That means that they're part of the world and they have their consolation, and they have no parts with the Lord. And all they're waiting on is their fucking destruction. Death to you wicked motherfuckers with that. Shalom.